What is up, ladies and gentlemen?
What's up, HTOWN?
What's up, Cougs?
It's your boys from the ShockTheWorld podcast. I'm Harold Eason here in the studio with...
Near beer Oklahoma boy Tim Hanna.
Okay. And
Jameson Wadner.
here we have
Special
our lovely
guest.
guest, George Bamfo.
George Bamfo, a.k.a. the Black Swan.
The one, the only.
The one,
The one and the only.
At Black Swan 38 on Instagram.
Right?
please, yeah.
So, yeah, we're finally bringing somebody back in the studio. It's been a minute, and... you know,
Actually, he's our first guest in studio on video.
since we've done video.
Yeah.
It's pretty
That's
cool.
true. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome on. Welcome on.
So
Come
I'm
on.
sure you guys know George played football at U of H from what years? It's till 13, right?
Yes, from 2009 to
9
13.
to 13.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and give you guys. I mean, normally we just jump into our notes, but we'll get a little bit to know you a little bit. So, one of the cool things you guys may or may not know, George is not from the United States originally. So tell us about like your origin story, how you got to U of H, sort of like, how you got to America, and give us the rundown.
So I moved here when I was 12 years old from Ghana, West Africa. Moved here with my 3 older sisters.
Cool.
We moved here. We moved to Dallas. So, Houston's not my home, obviously. I came here to play football.
Right.
But, moved to Dallas at the age of 12. Really just had to, find my way around.
Sure.
Football was just kind of a thing that, all the friends that I made, at a young age, that's the thing that everybody was doing. Because my first love was soccer.
Right.
Being from
I was about
Ghana.
to say, you probably spent a lot of time playing soccer as a little kid.
Yeah, being from Ghana, that was the only sport that, we were focused on. So
Sure.
coming out here and everybody playing basketball and football, I just kind of picked it up and, just kind of learned how to play the game. The thing is, I was just kind of raw, I was strong,
Right,
fast, naturally.
So a gifted athlete, if you will.
Yeah, gifted athlete. So I had to kind of learn the game. So football-wise, I started playing in the 9th grade. And
Okay.
the coaches saw the potential, and they worked with me because they knew I was raw. They knew the backstory about, where I came from.
Right.
Right.
And,
Did you always play that position?
I started playing running back.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I asked them, what
Right.
can I play? I'm new to the game.
Sure.
They say, well, you look athletic and strong and fast. So
Definitely running back.
yeah,
Definitely running
try
back.
running back.
There you go.
I had success there.
And you were at what high school again?
Rockwall Heath High School.
There you
yeah.
go.
Okay.
Yeah, Rockwall Heath High School in Rockwall, about 30 minutes east of Dallas. So
Right.
so that's how that started. And so the coaches worked with me, and I started out at running back, and then I played other positions. I returned kicks. And on
Okay.
defense, I was actually playing defensive end.
Okay.
But, just through learning the game, one day coach asked me to stand up, and just play from there. And, when we did that in a package that we had in our defense, I was like a standout. I couldn't be blocked. I was just all over the field making plays.
Sure.
And the coach was like, whoa, we might have something here.
Hey, there you go.
So that's kind of when they changed my position. I focused more on playing linebacker and just kind of kept working. And
That's awesome.
I'm here now.
So
Cool.
tell us a little bit about the recruiting aspect. That's something when we had Trey on last season, we always I want to hear like your vibe on like how U of H approached you.
Yeah.
How did that relationship, come together? Because one of the things we hear so often is that, you might be X or Y school, but the relationship that you make with, the coaches or your recruiters really what sells you on it.
Right.
So how did that go?
Well, I didn't really know anything about U of H.
Okay.
I didn't, growing up, obviously I wasn't big into football. The game
Sure.
kind of grew on me later on in
Right.
life. So I didn't know too much about U of H. I was recruited by Coach Spav. And Coach Spav, and I
Right.
obviously had a good relationship. I kind of came on the scene late. you know,
Okay.
So just later on, I met Coach Spav. My highlight tape came out. And, when that came out, with just recruiting, that's just kind of where I blew up.
Right.
That's when all the college coaches wanted to come and, just recruit me.
Okay.
But Houston was interesting because Coach Spav and I had a good relationship, and then Coach Sumlin came over to the house. He had a great relationship with my, not a relationship, but the initial meeting.
Yeah. Sure.
We just hit it off, and
Gotcha.
just kind of told us, what he had in mind for me, and just the potential and what I could be in coming to Houston.
Yeah,
of course.
So we just kind of took it from there, and just the relationship just kept growing. And when I came on my visit, fell in love with the place, fell in love with the players, the coaching staff, and I'm here now.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
And I feel like that was the best decisions I ever made.
Oh,
the best decision I ever made in
that's
my
awesome.
life. So.
I mean, I like you, and completely different way, but being from DFW coming
Right.
down to Houston, it's pretty intimidating.
Yeah,
You know, you went from Africa to Rockwall
Yeah.
to coming to Houston.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was different because, you know, excuse I'm about to side of me to get racial, but Rockwall was just all white people, you know.
You're good.
You know, it was like, you know, just a few black people that I went to high school. I think we had like 8 in our graduating class.
Wow.
But, you know, so going from there, then coming to Houston, coming to Third Ward, was just kind of a culture
Eye-opener?
shock.
I'd say the least of it.
Like, whoa, you know, we're in the hood, but
Right.
it was good. It was good for me. You know, had to get a little thuggish, but you know, we made it. That was fun, man. Houston is a great city.
Yeah.
I'm glad I came here, and you know, I like the man that I've become in choosing to come here.
Right.
I love the support, the fans, just everything that this school represents.
So I have a question. What is your favorite memory while on campus at U of H?
While on campus,
Well, I mean, just like while you're playing, you know, while you're here.
playing.
Yeah.
Well, favorite memories will probably have to be in some in the locker room, and the most memorable one was our bowl game. When we went to the Ticket City bowl game, you know,
Yeah.
we had Case around, we had CT,
Yeah.
Pat, you know, Mike Hayes, just everybody just going crazy.
Right.
Somebody brought out the camera, and we just doing interviews, you know, just going off with each other, just telling all the lies, and somebody brought a mic, you know, to where we could just talk on the bus and just roast everybody.
Oh,
no.
So DJ Hayden in particular used to have the mic and just go off on everybody.
That does not
About
surprise
guys'
me.
haircuts, about shoes. If you stink in the locker room, everybody.
I think I've seen that on
called out.
Snapchat or
Yeah,
Instagram,
dude,
someone
so-
being smelly. I think I've seen
Yeah,
that.
man. So it was fun, man.
Nice.
You know, those are the things that I miss about
Sure.
football. You know,
Right.
the locker room, the guys. I definitely don't miss practicing 2-a-days.
No.
No.
Well, it's different now. They don't even let them do 2-a-days.
Yeah.
They can only
Oh,
practice once a
Dude,
day.
Of course.
Much easier now, man.
Everything
Yeah.
changes after you graduate.
Exactly.
The only difference is
Stadium, new indoor practice facility, no more 2-a-days.
Right. Everything's changing for the better.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better, but we had a hard time.
Right.
Right.
It's definitely a grind.
How do you feel like you grew as a player? You know, you started out like, if you could like give it a synopsis of like each of your years playing with U of H, what would that look like? Because obviously, you spent some time underneath both Sumlin as well as Levine.
Yes. So how I grew, I feel like I naturally you just mature every year,
Yes.
right? As a player, as
The
an
game slows
individual.
down for you a
Game
little
slows
bit.
down, exactly.
Right.
So with Sumlin staff, you know, I just felt like I was just coming into my own. There was a game against East Carolina, like my coming out, where I
Yeah.
had like 3 sacks, you know, which is one of the best games I've ever had, you know. And then, you know, so I just felt like I was coming out. So that next year, it was going to be my year. Things were just going to be turned up for the better. And then someone had to leave, which is unfortunate for most U of H football guys because you don't get to build on,
Right.
you know, whatever you had because it seemed like we always changing.
It always gets right
yeah,
there, and
right.
then just kidding.
Yeah.
Yep.
So asking about, you know, how you changed, it definitely stunts some players' growth. You know,
Right.
with the new coaching
Yep.
because you constantly having to prove yourself, which is good and bad. You know,
course.
some players you need to prove yourself every year, and other players sometimes you just need to build on that trust that the previous coaching staff have for you, and
Right.
because they understood you and they knew what you could do with your skills.
Right.
You know, so when that's taken away,
Now you got to go in there, prove yourself, and it's a whole nother sort of like vibe and situation as compared to like the comfort level at least
Right.
that you had with people.
exactly, and then new playbook, new system.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that's another thing.
New
that's
preference,
changing.
yeah.
Like
Yep.
we never get to grow and mature in one defense.
Yep.
Right.
You know, because it's constantly changing.
Yeah.
Where
Yep.
you know, like Penn State when Paterno was there.
Right.
You know, those guys had the, you know, he was there for however many years, 40 years.
Or Virginia
Long
Tech with
time.
Bud
Yeah.
Foster.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know,
been there
guys,
for 30
they've
years.
been there for so long to
Yeah.
where it's you know, you get to build from previous years.
course.
And, you know, you
Yep.
get to, you know, understand the defense at a different level, you know,
Right.
to
Yeah.
where it's definitely, I feel like that shows, you know, in your play.
Oh, I agree.
definitely.
And in your development.
Well, that's the reason why Penn State's called linebacker U.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly.
I got a
Oh,
pretty
God.
raw running back right now. So
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
he's gonna win the
Nasty
Heisman
dude.
Trophy.
What was like you think the best game of if you had like one game in your career that you're like that was, you know, the game of my U of H career,
Yeah.
like hands down.
I'd say East Carolina. You know, the game
Yeah.
that I had 3 sacks because
Was that the one we went there and upset them?
no, we were actually home.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
so being in front of our home crowd, it's a big game. You know, and I think
What
that
year?
that was it had to be
11? 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Had to be 11.
Oh, I think I remember that. I think I remember that.
Yeah,
That was
man.
when we stunted on East Carolina that
Yeah,
day.
we beat.
Yeah.
we killed.
Yeah.
We beat their ass.
Yeah.
So
Got
yeah,
pegged,
yeah,
for sure.
That was definitely a fun memory. I just remember vividly, you know, just getting that first sack and the crowd going crazy. Mind you, like I hadn't made a big play yet.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It had been like a kickoff.
Yeah.
you know.
But you had a
right.
lot of you played in a lot of games.
Yeah, I did. But you know, just that one.
That first one, that
specifically,
first time,
right,
yeah.
getting that out there. So I made the first play, crowd went crazy. I was like, oh my god, this
This is it. This is why I do
I
it.
started celebrating, running around, and then you know we went back out there and I got a second sack. I'm like, oh, I'm unstoppable now.
So this is what this feels like.
This is it. I'm the man now. Like my celebration. And after the third one, like you know, they couldn't touch me then.
Right.
Like, I was on cloud 9, and you know that was like the best memory.
Dude, I remember
That's awesome.
they had you on one side coming off, and then like Sammy Brown.
Sammy was
Yeah.
on the side.
Man,
that guy.
Sammy.
Sammy
Yeah.
was unreal. Yeah, and he made me better. You know, him being
For sure.
so good.
Of course.
You know, I had
Yeah.
to practice with him. And, you know, he just taught me some moves and, you know, things that made him successful. So, you know, having to be at practice in the same
Yeah.
room with him, you know, just
Right.
getting to learn from him and, how, you know, with how good he was, you know, it just made me better.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, during third down, when we came out there in that down package, was the package that I got to rush off the edge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I came in, he already knew. Like, it was a competition between us because
Who's going to get to the quarterback first? Yeah.
exactly. He knew when I came on the field, it was money time. Like I'm coming to get it.
Nice.
So you better get ready. So I'm coming to take food off your table, so to speak. So
That's awesome,
It was
man.
fun though, friendly competition, and he made me better. And you know, I challenged him in that way as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I have one last question.
Yeah.
If you could change the outcome of one game in any 4 or 5 years,
I think we know that.
Southern Miss.
I know. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. I had a feeling.
I'm still hurting over that. Dude.
We're
We
all
left
still
so
hurting.
much
I think
money
so,
on the
too.
table.
Oh my gosh.
We like that was just the game that was going to take us to the next.
Right. That was
Yeah,
like,
that was
we're
one of those
here.
positions
We're there.
We needed. We're here. You know, we've arrived.
You're right.
Yep.
And you know, another heartbreak,
Yeah,
and that was a hard one to swallow.
definitely.
know,
Same here. I almost
That
knocked over
was-
porta potty. So I know.
No, that
Well,
was,
not as bad as y'all felt, but I felt pretty bad for
Yeah.
that game.
Dude, I think I saw fans crying in the stands. Like,
Yeah.
it was
This
it was
guy.
just-
This guy. I went back to the tailgate and I just kind of sat
Oh,
there.
girls, we were all wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It was bad. Dude.
Yeah, it was bad, dude. It was a sad day for Cougar fans, man. And
Yep.
you know,
I think it was,
don't
was
know
it
why
Sugar
it
Bowl,
happened that way.
Michigan? Was
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
potentially?
I already had my plane ticket bought and hotel
Yeah, I
reserved.
remember that.
but the thing is, in the locker room, I don't mean to spill the beans, but we saw ourselves in New Orleans.
Yeah.
We were
Yep.
talking about it like, dude, because we did not. There's no way I thought we were gonna lose a game that year. Like,
Right.
No.
we were the best team in Texas, like hands down. Like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't say that to because I'm biased. Like we just
Especially-
we just were.
Like after La Tech.
Right.
After that win. It was like, okay,
Oh,
God's on our side.
I was
It's
at that game.
This
Yeah.
is our year.
This is our
We're
year.
supposed to make
It
it
was
happen.
like
Yeah.
35-7, and I was
30
like, bro, what the?
Yeah. We made a comeback like the Patriots and the
Yeah.
Falcons did.
Falcons.
That's exactly what it was
Yeah.
like.
We stuck it out that game. We're like, no, there's no way we're coming back. And then
Dude, I
what
know.
the?
that was another fun, exciting game. Like,
Yeah.
there's a few of them.
Well, I got a question
That
for
game
you.
was exciting.
You know, we're dealing with this week. You know, as a player, you know, as fans, we sit and roast on things until the next game, and then the outcome happens, and we're happy or we're bummed.
Yep.
How does as a player if you when you do take a loss,
Mm-hmm.
how did you sort of compartmentalize that and sort of like push the next week? Like how does practice the next week
Yeah.
feel?
Well, practice sucks, which is always like coming after a loss. You know, especially when it's a game that you shouldn't have lost.
Oh, yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
Coaches are in a bad mood. Everything is just bad.
Yeah.
Practice is longer. It feels hotter outside. I don't know.
Everything just feels miserable.
Yeah.
It just feels miserable, bro. The energy is down, and coaches are pissed off. Which
Yeah.
it makes sense as to why they would be. But
Sure.
man, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Losing like this, and the way that I deal with it, it's just you just kind of have a short memory. Just move on to the next one. You know,
Yeah,
just
cool.
like how they train quarterbacks to be. Of course, move on to the next play, and the next week. Then that's
Yep.
just kind of how you have to deal with it being an athlete.
Awesome.
It comes with it. So,
Any words of advice for the team right now, in case they're watching?
dude, just forget about it and just use that as motivation to be better for the next week.
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah.
I agree.
You always want to take it in a positive manner. As in we didn't come out and play the way we wanted to this week, but this gives us a chance to work harder to be better next week and
Yeah.
make sure
Yeah.
we secure the win.
So I would
Yep.
ask you, probably one final one before we jump into our normal recap. So, Coach D'Onofrio, you've watched a lot of games, obviously playing, a lot of film, a lot of games once you graduated. How do you feel about the scheme right now, and how do you feel about the defense overall with an expert eye?
Right. The defense looks good. We lost a lot of players like in Trayvon's class,
Right.
and those guys. I feel like there was a lot of senior leadership that we lost.
Yep.
So for these young guys like Ed Oliver, who is a beast, by the way. I hope he's listening.
Gosh.
He's like the best. He's a true 5-star.
Oh,
He's playing like a true 5-star
in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Man. That dude is a baller. We needed him in our years when we played. I feel like he would have made a difference.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man. But they look good, man. I feel like scheme wise, obviously you can always be better.
Yeah,
but they look good. They're doing some good things, and defensively, I feel like we just need to keep getting better and improving. But offense needs some work.
Yeah.
I know you didn't ask about that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Well,
And then one more quick question, since you just brought up the offense.
yeah.
Is there ever, like, in the locker room, like, if the defense is going out there playing their butts off
Which
and
they
the
have
offense
been
is
right
struggling,
now.
are y'all ever like, hey, let's go?
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There are fights on the sideline all the time. 'Cause look, if we're not playing well, they call us out.
Of course.
It's
Yeah.
accountability.
Right.
But it's just kind of like, it's not to say that you guys suck, but dude, pick this shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to win the game.
We're doing our part.
Doing
You got
our
to do your part.
You got to do your part.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah,
especially
definitely.
being with like everybody in their own little units, everybody's this is us. We're
Exactly.
kicking ass, and then you see something else happen on the other side, nothing you can control at all.
Right.
And you're like,
Exactly.
So-
but we definitely called each other out. We held each other accountable.
Nice.
In that sense.
that's
Nice.
awesome. Well, cool. I guess we'll go ahead and jump on to our recap for the UH Tulsa game.
Oh, boy.
Sucks to suck.
We took a hard
UH
L this time. We took a
UH
hard
ends up losing 45-17. Pretty terrible. We're going to go ahead and, for the score predictions that we put out for this last week, give a winner. Someone who actually got it on the flip side, it posted 44-17. U of H. Wow. GMS Edits gets it flipped. With it being 17 and Tulsa winning with 45. So we're gonna go ahead and throw down our good, the bad, and the ugly. And I think we should probably start with the ugly because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So
Everything.
My goodness, offensive play calling. We just went right back to the old book.
I feel like we went short pass, counter, run up the gut, screen, inside screen, another bubble screen, throw downfield, and then short pass, run outside. There's not but maybe 10 plays that we're running. That's not a whole lot of difference.
And there's not a lot of guys that we're seeing running the ball either. So Duke Catalan obviously is athletically a freak, but 24 attempts for 72 yards. That's
We just couldn't
Well,
get the
we're not
running-
mixing
the running
it.
game
We're
going
not.
that
We're not
way.
mixing anybody else in. Where's Mulbakar? Where is Khalid Kakuma? Where is Patrick Carr? Where
We've
is
got all these
Josh
other
Borrell?
guys.
I mean, there's 5 or 6 other guys that can run.
yeah. You would think if we're like, hey, this isn't working, like let's switch it up to see if somebody can get it going.
Right.
Somebody comes. I mean, if you play the same guys, Burton and Catalan are getting, a lot of play.
They're getting like 99% of all.
Burton played well though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
did
like
great.
Yeah.
he seemed like-
He's our scat back. He's going to be the shifty guy that's going to get outside the tackles. Catalan's the guy that's going to try and bulldoze and get up the middle.
Right.
But Catalan's not doing better than three yards per carry.
Yeah.
I mean, you can almost book him for 3 yards, no matter what scenario
I
it
think
is.
they were trying to build off what he did the week before
Yeah.
against SMU, where he had a career day, and that's when we were really, trying to establish the run early on with him, and it just,
Well,
man, it just
and we touched on it.
was tough.
They don't have a good defense at all.
No.
Tulsa
No.
statistically does not have a good
what are
defense.
128 in the nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of 129.
And we 17 points against an 129th ranked team.
Yeah.
That Tulane put up 62 on the week before.
Oh man.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
We all watched the game. I watched the game from my phone at the Renaissance Festival, looking like a crazy person in a field of crazy people, and it was just miserable to watch.
Well, at least you had that. I was trying to game cast in Boone Pickens Stadium. That was
Well,
a nightmare.
You know what? Y'all probably had it better than actually watching it.
Yeah.
One, because the announcers probably the worst things I've ever heard.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you don't like
They
Al
were
Groh?
terrible. They were so bad, bro. They couldn't. They didn't know
King
people
from Manly,
They,
Texas.
they didn't know
Oh
people's
my
names. They didn't know anything.
It was
they
bad.
knew nothing.
We got the C Squad on this, but we
Oh,
were also on ESPN
yes.
News, so
Yeah, dude, it was.
I mean, what can you expect?
Hey, we're still on TV.
Yeah.
One of the other things that really was rough for this game, we were just last episode talking about how the offensive line was finally coming into their own, and
Yeah.
they just got beasted.
I'm not sure how many times we got sacked, but there was plenty of times when the pressure was there on us, causing us to scramble
No, yeah, they
or
were-
tackle for loss.
Yeah, they were, putting a lot of hurries on Postman, and at the end of the game, like you said earlier, he had that one that got at the very end of the game.
At the very end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was kind of the theme all game. And sadly.
It sucks.
But is that why we having quarterback play? Because they
Right.
can't.
And
can't
that's what
protect
we've
them?
been trying
Yeah,
to figure
is
it
it
out.
chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Are we bad because of the O-line or are we bad because of the QB?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And
I
hypothetically,
don't
you
know.
would think Kyle Allen
But we
is,
haven't
like,
we
awesome.
haven't given up many sacks though.
right.
That's true.
I mean, it's one of those games where like we went for it on fourth down in the first quarter,
Right.
when
And we got
were
it.
in full
We got
control.
Yeah.
We got it, but no, it's another series like he slipped.
Went for it again.
Yeah.
He slipped.
Fell over.
Like it was
basically.
one of
Yeah.
those days.
Yeah.
Like when that happened, oh god. Like when that happened, I was like, it's gonna be one of those days.
Yeah.
Those days.
And
It's
then
a
we
bad day at the
overthrew a
office.
wide open Bonner in the end zone.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean that's a lot of points we left on the board, and we didn't help the points they scored early on. We gave them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it really was like a tale of two halves. I mean, Tim, you put down in the notes, first half, 263 yards, and then, just 134, and it basically flipped. They had 285 in the second half.
Yeah. They came out and turned it on.
Stats are breaking
What broke my heart was that at the last,
If you knew how bad they were,
Yeah.
the numbers don't lie. At the
Oh
end
no,
of the
this
day.
is a 1-5 team. Now they're
Yeah.
a 2-5 team. That sucks.
I just can't get over 128th ranked defense.
I was watching the game and I was seeing, okay, it's close, and then all of a sudden, boom!
It
just
was the third
exploded
quarter
over.
when they drove 97 yards all the
They
way,
ran the ball
got two
down our
penalties.
throat.
So really the drive was like 108, 110 yards because they got two penalties, and that broke our back. After that, you could see the momentum, the look in their eyes, and just like,
Yeah.
we're defeated because our offense can't do anything. We're out here trying to kill ourselves for what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that has to play in the psyche of a defensive guy.
Definitely. Like it, when the offense puts us in a bad position, definitely takes a toll on us.
Yeah.
We're doing whatever we can to help this team win, and
especially when you're on the field that
they're
long.
not getting it going. We're on the field for a long time. Like,
Yeah.
Well, then you're standing there like, well, shit, I got to do more. So you try doing more, and then you're making a mistake, and then it's getting it's a downward spiral. Yeah.
exactly. So
Cool. So we'll go ahead and jump on, I guess, from the ugly because it was real ugly.
Hold on, I'm gonna
Go
put
ahead.
one
You
more
wanna jump
ugly, one more ugly in there.
You're good.
I'm tired of getting outcoached every second half this year, every
What
game.
is going on?
It don't matter if we win.
Point.
We're getting outcoached, arguably every
game.
Yeah.
In every second half for us has been ugly, or the other team has, progressively gotten better throughout the game, where we seem to struggle every
Right.
single time.
And that's completely opposite. We used to be a second half team.
Oh, yeah. We used to be like, all right, we got this. We're going to come on the second half, turn it on,
When
and
you
be
think
okay.
about the coaches we have when George was there, Kevin, Kingsbury,
Dana.
Kingsbury, God,
Yeah, I was like-
Kingsbury, and then Dana. Like those are all three like just geniuses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
monsters
like
in the game.
that was a
Yeah.
freak of a coaching staff. You
I mean,
look at-
we
but,
also-
like now I'm like,
We should
I'm
keep
not
in
gonna say
mind
that.
too. I mean, we're not going to get super deep into like coaching, but when Brian Johnson was at Utah, I know he was very young, but his offense was number 107 in the country.
What year was that? know?
It was 2 years. He was an offensive coordinator like 3 years after he graduated.
Yeah.
He was like the youngest.
Yeah.
I remember.
So,
that.
Yeah.
I think 11.
I
It
think
might have
was
been
11
something
or
like that.
12
10 or 11?
something
Yeah.
like that.
So
I still think he's good at what he does. I mean, he like made Dak Prescott.
Right.
At
I'm still,
Mississippi State.
Yeah.
I'm still curious, and we still can't get a straight answer. Are they calling the plays because of the personnel we have, or is there some other we can do
Dude,
with the? Like, we
I
can't
don't-
because with the
right.
players we
I
have.
think Major says like we'll build our scheme around our players. That's false.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't believe
And
it.
you know why? Because when he took over the bowl game, Greg Ward was going in the same offense that we're running now.
Yeah,
right.
And it did not work.
And not to
it was
mention-
ugly.
I'm sorry, but Postman looks exactly like Kyle Allen. there's no difference in the two quarterbacks.
Well,
outside of he can scramble a little bit, he can scramble a little bit better. But the passing is the same, the reads are the same, the handing off is the same. It's all the same.
Like we've said, like Postma is not a better quarterback than Colin. He just gives us a better chance to win right now because of his legs.
Because the offensive line troubles.
We can't get a run game going, so we got to add, whatever else we can in there to help kind of really get it going.
So overall, I think we can all get to the fact that offense is really sucking right now, and it really sucks because we have a lot of really talented guys that aren't even getting snaps.
This is not on talent, dude.
Yeah,
Tulsa does not have more talent than us.
Why are our stable of running backs just like sitting on the sidelines and you just keep on throwing the two guys in? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again without changing it up.
Well, expecting different results.
Exactly, and it's not. It's not changing. So
I mean,
Ellis Jefferson
injured
again.
I know,
sucks.
That sucks, man.
And this time, I think it's an ankle. But they said Major in his post game said it was the same injury, but it didn't look like the same injury as last game. So
he looked like he was in some pain.
Not good. And then other bad, Postman with 2 INTs. It was really funny. Right when the announcer was saying, Kyle Postman is looking excellent right now. He's gone for 10 for 10 on the last 10 throws, and then literally the millisecond later.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
And one fumble, which
got us.
It just did not look good. Good news is our defense is still good.
Our red zone defense is still damn good.
I thought this was going to be completely flipped in the very beginning of the season. I thought it was our so many people said like Coach D'Onofrio was going to suck.
Right.
And he's really proven he hasn't.
Yeah,
he's good enough. I don't really have.
We still allowed
the
45
defense is not
points.
the problem.
Right, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Are there some slight issues here and there? Of course. You're always going to have, like you said earlier, you can always improve. But that is not the big gaping hole in the team right now.
Nope. And so many of those points that Tulsa did get were because of the offense.
Right.
Well, they got
21 points. They got 21 points off of directly because of our turnovers.
And you change that, this is a much closer game. I mean,
my mic just took the L. It's done.
The good news is we held Tulsa to 93 yards in the first half, and I mean, it was a tale of two halves. That's what sucks.
It was really it was a tale of quarter one, and then 2, 3, and 4 were awful.
Right.
It was horrible. It was like the bowl game, dude. First quarter, damn, we looked good.
Yeah.
Second
I thought
quarter,
we were in control. I was like, okay, like I can deal with 10 points a quarter.
Second quarter, dude, they made adjustments, started running the ball effectively, and it was like, oh boy.
It was
in halftime. It was like,
we're not making adjustments.
No.
There are no adjustments.
Yeah.
It's auto select in Madden over and over and over again.
Good old armchair QB over here.
And I don't understand.
You don't even play Madden, bro.
Hey, played NCAA for a while.
Hey, me too, bro.
That was our game.
Overall, though, really disappointing for us. But hey, we're still in the studio. We're there with you guys. So let's tag it up for the odds and the ends. I can know one thing that I was shook, if you will, watching the game and then seeing the crowd at Tulsa.
It was so bad on TV. You could hear like players. You could hear individual fans like cheering or saying stuff.
Yelling.
I've seen more fans at high school games in Houston.
It was awful.
I'll tell you, they were a little loud. I remember in 2011 when we were on the road, we were undefeated. They were pretty loud that day.
That game was
that game was nasty.
Tulsa always plays us hard.
They do. I don't know why it's a rivalry. It seems like a rivalry, but on their end,
right?
We know going in, okay, they're gonna play us tough. But for them, this is circled. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for the West.
Yeah.
And
they always play us good.
They're not going to win the West this year, but they still play us hard.
No.
They always do.
Yeah.
That's tough.
But how is it like you've played, I'm sure, in places where it's like UAB, ain't not a damn fly there. There's more flies there than people. Is it hard to kind of bring your own juice, I guess you could say?
Yeah.
It's very hard. Like, when you don't have the crowd, it's just like, man, we're out here just... Like,
what's this for?
What are we doing?
It's amazing how much energy the crowd can give.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it changes your play, which is why, like, sometimes, bench players, or when they're given the opportunity, when it's home games, they perform a lot better. It's just being home, having the crowd behind you.
Excited.
But when you in an opponent's home, playing, and they just didn't have the crowd into it, yeah, it definitely plays on your psyche and messes with you.
Yeah, because you're like, there's nothing here. How am I going to get excited?
Yeah.
And they're like, it's everything for them because there's nobody there and they want to prove themselves. So it's like a complete flip opposite. I called trap game last week, and unfortunately, it happened.
Man, y'all laughed at me at the beginning of the season when I said, watch out going to Tulsa.
I know. He called it for an L for us, too, in the very beginning.
Yeah.
And last week, we were like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, they're 1-5. This should be easy. Yeah. And, well, it clearly was not easy.
Hey, if Tulane puts up 62 points on you, that's a winnable game in my book to anybody.
I agree. Exactly.
I agree.
Y'all have any final thoughts on the game?
No, we just need to close the book on it and move forward. Like you said earlier, we lost. We took the L. We still control our destiny in the West. Now, New Year's 6 might be out, but there's still a lot we can achieve through the end of the year. I mean, we can still end up in the conference championship game, which I believe Houston should be competing for
every year.
No, I don't think. I think every year's we can't do that. I think every 3 to 4 years we should be in the conference championship.
I don't know why it's not achievable every year.
I think there's too much turnover every 3 to 4 years with the staff.
That's true.
That's a good point.
Well,
I think there's just way too much turnover.
Yeah,
that's true.
Now, unless Case Keenum wants to come and be a head coach here, that might be a different story. But he's talent-wise, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's too much talent that we shouldn't be competing.
Definitely.
For sure. So, in that case, we'll go ahead and jump on to our Around the American in 300 Seconds one more time.
And what an interesting week it was for some of these teams.
So, first game
I hate
on the
college
list.
football.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
For the American, UConn ends up beating Temple.
How? What? Like, we've had UConn in the bottom for how long?
How?
I don't know.
And Temple played us tough. And then last week they won. So it's like, okay, like maybe they're getting the mojo back.
Actually, okay. End up losing.
And then you get an L from
At
UConn.
home, too.
Yeah.
Rough skis.
Yep.
Next, we've got probably the most important game for the conference this week is going to be Memphis's win by 30 to Navy's 27. Navy was ranked 25, and they basically flip-flop spots to non-ranked. And Memphis, going into this next week, is ranked 25. So,
and like, selfish me obviously wants to win,
right?
But like non-selfish me wants the conference to do better. I like seeing three American teams in the top 25.
Now that we lost to Tulsa, Memphis beating Navy helps our case.
Right.
Yeah.
Because now everyone in the West has at least one conference loss.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
That's what I said. We control our own destiny.
We do. But it's just, we'll get there later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more in the next game. But, overall, I think this is really interesting to see, how everything.
I think what's shocking to me is Navy had 5 turnovers. That's not something you normally see with a Navy team. I
agree.
I couldn't, and it's not interceptions.
Right.
It's going to be fumbles.
I
bet you're happy you never had to
go
against
through that.
Did you ever play a triple
Navy.
option team? I don't.
Yes, Air Force.
That's right.
Yes.
Oh, the 2 years in the.
They always kill us, bro. Like,
well, the first year.
That's the worst because you constantly getting cut. Like they're cut blocks. Like it's horrible. And then run the ball the whole time.
Yeah.
Like
2009 was when we played them there?
Twice. We played them back to back, 9 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And we.
Wait, no. 8. We beat
8
them
and
in a
9.
bowl game.
We won in 8.
We lost in
lost in
the
8.
season in 8.
Lost in
8.
Then we
And then won
won
9 because we were like, 2010
No.
is the year. And then UCLA happened.
Case had like his worst game.
We
Yeah.
lost. Yeah, we
He threw
lost
like
in
5
that bowl
interceptions.
game.
That was the most
5
miserable
picks.
game.
You and I were there.
Rainy,
That's right. It was just you and I. That's right.
Miserable.
You know how I knew that was going to be a bad day? Like, I remember, losing my ticket, then having to buy one from a scalper.
No, that's right. It was all 3 of us. We walked from your house.
From my house.
Yeah.
That's right. And then we hung out with your friend at TCU.
Yes.
That was
That's right.
nasty.
Weird night.
Yeah. It was a really random trip. Like, good Lord.
Those are the good old days, though.
Yeah.
Fort Worth boys.
Back here in college, and we went to one of their college bars, we were like, God.
Yeah.
TCU is looking nice right now in
TCU
more
is
ways
looking
than
real
one.
nice.
So, cool. We'll jump on to the next game. We got UCF sitting at 22, stomping the Peg Leg Pirates.
And that's
63 to 21, which we expected. And
not
honestly,
a shock. Not a shock.
I'm surprised they let ECU score 21.
They did score 7 in the first, and then the rest came in the second half.
Yeah.
I know you're going to talk about East Carolina,
Yeah, because who knows what's going to happen on our homecoming?
Exactly.
Honestly.
It's true.
No.
It's true.
Know. I hate homecoming games, dude.
Oh, it
For
sucks.
that reason.
It sucks, but I have
distractions.
Yeah.
Dude. Like
Yeah.
And then other teams are like, "Oh, we're at homecoming. All right."
Exactly.
Are you scheduled just for homecoming?
Scheduled us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Troy.
All right.
Yeah,
Like
Troy.
Troy, LSU. Right?
They lost to South Alabama this week.
Yeah, that was bad.
And then
So
LSU
South
beat Auburn.
Alabama is better
Yeah.
than LSU.
But then ultimately they're better than Auburn because LSU beat Auburn.
Yes,
If you want to keep doing that,
This transitive property does not apply in college football.
love it. But I gotta say, UCF's jerseys,
The moon jerseys?
sick. The NASA ones.
Yeah, the NASA ones.
I gotta say,
that's lame.
as my
that's
uni,
a lame attempt at
Nah.
coolness, dude. Bro, get out. I don't.
my
know.
uni watch alert. That's my favorite
Yeah.
jersey of the year so
Those
far.
are lame.
They weren't as bad as Florida's. Those were
okay. They're not.
trash.
Florida's just try hard, like to the
Dude,
max.
I like USF's jerseys.
I like them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like
I like the
they're-
gold.
like 'em.
USF or
Nasty.
UCF?
USF.
Yeah.
Oh, South
Yeah,
Florida.
South Florida, yeah.
Yeah, they're good. I like the
That
white
chrome
ones.
gold.
Yeah, the chrome,
Yeah.
it's
You
that
like
helmet.
that?
Yeah,
I think it's
I
that
do.
helmet,
Dude, I
bro.
hate-
Dude, I
Oh.
like that.
I like it.
I like that look.
It's a good look.
Yeah.
Cool. So next game we got Tulane losing
What
to
the hell,
FIU.
man? Like,
Welcome to
Tulane,
college football.
Just
college
when we think
football.
like, damn, Tulane's starting
old
to like
Kiffy
look a little
boys.
dangerous, and
No.
then you go and lose to
No,
freaking
sorry,
Jones.
it's
FIU.
Jones.
Coach
Get
Jones.
outta here.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show you anybody can lose on any given day. Clemson, Syracuse, Washington State. Who did they lose to?
Oh, they got destroyed
Cal.
by Cal, like 37-3. Dude.
Yeah, exactly. So
God.
anybody can lose on any
Dude.
given day.
How? How?
Everybody was saying that Leach was a distraction by going out there and talking so much
the
and saying
playoff
we're
thing.
so great and this, that, and the other, and not focusing on the team
I
and
gotta say,
discrediting
though,
Cal.
I
maybe
love-
we can talk about it.
I like Mike Leach.
I love Mike Leach. I wish we would have hired him back when he put Homeboy in the shed. Honestly,
You know, he actually could have. He might.
around here.
but he had it coming. His dad killed 5 hookers at SMU.
Oh my god.
No,
It's like
it's a joke.
Let me
No.
know
Yes.
next time. Yeah, got me. I'm
Craig
like,
James.
no.
Craig James.
No.
It's like an ongoing internet joke.
It's an internet joke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
I don't know. I think there's some legitimate, truth
There might
behind
be.
it,
Yeah.
though.
You know?
It needs its own 30 for 30 film
I want to see it happen.
investigation.
I want to see it happen.
Like
Maybe
E- like
maybe
an
Netflix will pick it up.
Yeah.
Like E60 or 60 minutes.
Last game on the list, we got USF just basically shutting out Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Dude, Cincy's.
There were still probably 12 people at USF Stadium, which is unfortunate. Cincinnati loses 3-33. USF still hanging around in that 18 spot.
Well, that was last week. They did move up, but hey,
Right.
catch our preview because you'll find the new updated rankings.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like
Exactly.
USF, I don't.
They're not
coming in
buying it.
around.
They're like, with all that talent they have, I feel like they're not doing
It's
much.
the
I don't
Quentin
think they're,
Flowers
they don't.
show.
They're not as dominant though
No.
as I thought they were going to
I
be.
mean, it's Charlie Strong.
Whatever, they're winning undefeated.
Hey, Charlie Strong is averaging more than 18.7
Charlie
points a
has
game.
something to prove, man.
Yeah.
Like, I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like they're gonna make some noise.
I hope so.
They're
Man.
playing with a chip on their shoulder.
I
Be
agree.
good for the conference.
Yeah.
Damn, Harold, you didn't even catch that one.
I didn't hear you.
I said, well, Charlie Strong is averaging more than 18.7 points a game.
That's true. Major Applewhite. So, next, we'll go ahead and jump into our big matchup recap. We'll kind of cruise through these. So, unfortunately for us, West Virginia ended up beating Texas Tech.
It was a close one.
That was a good one.
tells
I
us,
watched
this
it.
tells us, too, how good
That was,
the best team in Texas is, and that's unfortunately
Dude, that was
TCU
like
right now.
that was like Yoda and Luke Skywalker playing each other.
All right.
Well, what happened?
Dana in the Padawan.
Yeah.
What happened to that mighty Texas Tech defense? I thought the defense has made so much leaps and bounds.
We shred on offense.
we-
so
we heard
both
on
knew
Twitter.
this was going to happen. It was
Right,
gonna
but
be a
our Twitter
high-scoring game.
followers told us
Oh.
the Texas Tech defense it is back.
We got
Oh, that's Coach Gibbs.
Hey.
doing it
yeah,
over there.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's Coach Gibbs.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Coach Gibbs, my boy. He told me that.
There you go. Next, we got I'm actually kind of surprised this was as close as it was. OU, number 12, ends up beating Texas 29-24.
This game was back and forth towards the end.
yeah.
OU was leading. Texas made a comeback, and then OU closed it out.
It's always like this, though.
Yeah.
We know.
I always like it when Texas lose,
Oh, yeah.
same here.
especially when they still in our coach.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's fair.
This game
And
featured
A&M and all those guys.
all
Yeah,
those guys.
that game featured two of the biggest DBs in the sport with TH and
Tim Hanna.
old
Tim Hanna?
no Tommy. Not
Old
Tim
Tommy
Hanna.
and who?
Old Tommy.
Tommy and who?
And Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh my
Gosh, he's
God,
such an
dude.
ass.
He's such a tool.
So
We were
pompous.
joking about it though. Like he's one of those guys. Like I'm glad he's our DB.
Yeah.
Right?
Like if he's not on your team, like you just like, dude, this dude sucks.
Oh, yeah. But if he's your guy, you're like,
All right, he's our DB. We'll
Exactly.
embrace him.
exactly. Next game on here, I'm actually still not surprised by this. Arizona actually wins 47-30 over UCLA.
Yeah.
Dude, Arizona's not as bad. I mean, obviously.
I am glad we caught them in the beginning of the year.
Homeboy.
I'm glad. Yes.
Yes.
Wait, they're coaching for their life right now.
Yeah.
He does not. Rich Rod does not want to lose his job.
I think he's safe now. I think he's
I think
safe.
he's safe for
Yeah.
sure. For this
Yeah.
year.
What are they at 4-2 for the year?
No.
3-2.
They lost to us. No, they're 4-2.
4-2.
4-2.
They
4-2.
losses to us and
Utah.
Yeah.
No, they're 3-3 because they lost to Utah, us, and someone else. Because I remember them talking about this, but it's like combined like 10 points that they've lost.
Yeah.
by. Something
Their
stupid low.
defense is nice. So next we've got big one here. LSU stomping Auburn.
I'm not shocked.
I mean, I'm
I
not
am.
either.
Dude, Death Valley. Ooh,
I
boy.
am. I can't believe LSU scored that many points against
true.
Auburn.
Cookie Monster.
Dude, we knew that he was going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
What? Like, it's one of those things where he's going to lose like one of these games probably every year. But
Right.
he's going to do it enough just to be like, damn, you beat a top 10 Auburn?
Yeah.
Like, you going to stay around.
Yeah,
over
exactly.
here.
It just got the LSU people's juices flowing again, and I'm
Oh.
sure I'll hear about it tomorrow. Then
Dude, that
last
place
game
is still smelling like corn dogs right now.
corn dogs.
Beautiful corn dogs. And that's up in Dallas now.
Yeah.
Dallas smells like corn dogs right now.
So last we have Boise State against San Diego State.
You know what
And
I
thank
hate?
gosh that this happened. It just sucks that we lost this game today.
That's what I was going to say.
Yesterday.
Every time stars need to
Align, it happens, and we fold. It sucks. So Boise State ended up beating what?
What was it? What year was that? That everybody lost, and we're like, oh, it was 11. Yeah, it was when Iowa State
We
knocked
needed
off Oklahoma State.
No, we needed Boise State.
Boise
to
State
get
lost to Nevada or
Yes.
something like that.
something
And
crazy.
then Iowa State knocked
And
off
we were
Oklahoma
like,
State.
The stars have aligned.
Yeah. It's
Like,
gonna happen.
It's ours.
We're gonna get it and fold.
It's okay.
So then we're going to go ahead and jump in, I guess, in our last segment. That's it for the games for this last week. Good for the American Athletic Conference that Boise State ended up beating San Diego State. They're pulling out of the rankings this week. And basically, with the 3 American teams in the rankings this week, puts us in a good spot for at least getting that bowl spot. I know there's a little bit of questionables, and we're going to talk about it in the next episode, but what do you think?
Oh, I think
Well, I'm just going to say, I think we still have to be undefeated.
Yeah.
Because Stanford's still winning. So that still looks good for them. So what's USF's best win
well.
as
I
of
think
right now?
what you're gonna have though is more than likely you're gonna have an American Conference game that's gonna be featuring 2 ranked teams to play
Right.
for the title.
Yeah.
which bodes well
Well,
for the
I don't.
conference. Yeah.
Well, if we beat Memphis,
Navy could jump back up if they ended up getting there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to have to come from USF or UCF to go ahead of. Well, San Diego
agree.
State's out.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
But the next 2 out are going to be either
But can
USF
Stanford come in as a at large spot?
or. No. I'm
No,
talking about wins. You got to
Oh,
think
okay.
resume.
Sorry.
I'm thinking purely resume. Because, like I said, who is South Florida's best win to date?
Right. No, I hear you.
And who's UCF's best win to date?
UCF's would
Maryland.
Memphis.
Maryland's awful.
Memphis.
Maryland's not going to get a bowl game.
Yeah.
Memphis.
Memphis. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like it's all resume based. But
Gotcha.
That's a good point.
So now we're going to go ahead and jump into our fan questions. Thank you for everybody for submitting them. First is going to come from Jacob at Houston Fan 00. How much are we beating Memphis by? Just 2-second thing. In that next episode, we normally give our previews. Make
3.
sure to check the link there.
3.
3.
3,
The
6.
line is 3. So
What about you? I say we beat him by a touchdown.
Okay.
okay.
Trust
Cool.
my cool.
Um,
Calling it right now.
mid-season grades for all positions.
Oh boy.
Let's just go offense and defense. How about
This-
that?
Okay.
Jay?
Coaching staff C-.
Defense, I'll give a solid B+.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I agree.
And offense, I think we can all D.
C minus. I think a C minus.
C-.
I think a C minus.
too hard.
We're still
We're
still 4 and 2 at the end of the day.
D's not failing.
Or 5, 4, 3
I
and
feel
2.
like you just
4
want
and
to
2.
give Fs.
Yeah.
I'm not giving any Fs. Okay.
A D plus. Dude.
Okay. D+. There you go.
Hey, what do you need to be eligible?
C, right? Don't you have to have a C?
That's C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have a C.
Which is a 1.5 or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, C is
2.
2? Yeah, 2. Oh, yeah, sorry. 3 O's. That's right.
Right. And that's from, hey, it's not Alex at the power plant. Mac Flores asked the same question. How many will Memphis beat us by? Then we've got...
Watch, we're not losing to Memphis. It's crazy.
we got this. H-Town Coug at Coug Defender. What's the biggest issue with the offense?
QB play.
Quarterback.
QB play.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Look at every team that's ranked, and you can name their starting quarterback. Think about it.
Anthony Bovey at UH Antihero. How soon before we fire the OC?
Next year. It's not going to happen, guys. I'm sorry. I know y'all don't like the non-creativeness.
No, I like Brian Johnson.
Me too.
It's not his offense.
Okay, is it him or is it Applewhite?
I think it's a combination. It's what Applewhite wants to do.
Right.
It was evident because he did it immediately when Herman was gone last year.
Yeah. Same. I think we got a couple more questions. We'll keep on cruising because we actually got a lot this time. Thank you guys so much. Legends of H-Town. Does Shock the World PC really want to say bye-bye to our coaching staff?
I don't know. You tell us.
handle this.
And I personally don't think that Brian Johnson's going to last this season.
But you said
I
coaching
don't think
staff.
that he necessarily deserves it. I think we can all talk. We're all upset about the offensive coaching staff. It sucks. This is what I see happening. I don't know that it's going to happen. This is just preemptive prediction.
Shoot your shot.
Brian Johnson loses his job after this year, after we lose 2 or 3 more games. Hopefully not, but this is my worst fear. Major Applewhite keeps his job.
So we go 7. So we go 7-4.
Right. Then hold on. He hires a new OC. We see the same thing next year. Reno Couture keeps her word. Major Applewhite and gone after 2 years.
Bro, no.
That's a shot to be shot right there, my
no
friend.
OC is getting fired.
Yeah.
We're going 7-4.
Especially where the hell that money coming from?
I don't know.
If we got that extra $1 million laying around, we're gonna fire one and hire another.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah,
I want to see what we can do with those quarterbacks that are about to come up.
Yes.
Oh,
And the one that's redshirting right now.
Stable of freaks right now.
Bryson Smith broke all of Greg's records, same high school.
That's the kid.
Yeah.
I wanna see.
That's the
Yeah.
one. I'm like, dude, throw that. You're joking.
Throw him in.
What do you do? Throw him in. Burn the red shirt right now. Put him in. See
Honestly,
what happens.
Rather than that scenario happening, which that's fine, sure opinion. I would rather
Talked about
see
this too.
see Kyle Allen thrown in because you need to develop him because he's not going to leave after this year. If he leaves after this year, he's going to another college. If someone's going to take him out,
Nobody will.
But knowing that, let's say that scenario is not going to play out. Put in Bryson Smith, burn the red shirt, get the experience, and say let's aim for next year.
Well, to that, Dr. Red Coug asked, will Kyle Allen get a shot versus Memphis?
Yes.
I think yes.
I think this is going to be an interesting week of practice.
Practice? That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of crazy.
We'll see.
It's always tough on quarterbacks when you don't have one guy that you believe in.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, kind of.
I think it's tough on the team too.
It is tough on the team. It's tough on everybody. You just got to pick a guy and just kind of roll with them.
Roll with
You
them,
know,
exactly.
Just say, hey,
And I'm with
you're our
Tim.
guy.
I
We
think
believe
it's tough too, like on the quarterback, like because if you throw a pick or have a bad game, you're like shit, I'm going to bust it.
Well, now it's the same thing we were talking about earlier when the defense is on the field. Man, I got to do more. I got to try and do more. Then you're overthinking, and then it's just a downward spiral.
Yeah.
Cool. Next, it's going to be from Dr. Red Coug one more time. If we go 6-5, who gets fired?
God, I don't even want to think
nobody.
about that, dude. There's
Nobody.
Nobody?
Nobody.
6-5.
I don't know how we could go
Somebody
6-5.
Somebody.
They're talking about because we're
Somebody.
only playing 11 games.
Oh, yeah.
They're talking about regular season.
you're
They're
right,
not
you're
including bowl game.
Oh,
forgot
6-5 can't really include a bowl game, could it?
No, they're saying regular season we go 6-5.
Who would need to get fired?
Who's going to get fired?
Nobody.
30 seconds.
It would have to be someone from the offensive staff at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends. Are we losing games by 50 points every? Are we
Right.
losing them
Good
by
point.
like because
Yeah,
we're
how
not
are we
scoring?
losing?
Yeah, how are we
Exactly.
losing?
Truth be told, this score should have been 31-17.
I'll put it this way:
Yeah.
we have with the talent we have, if we cannot get into at least 20 points per game,
Yeah.
what the hell? It's
Yeah.
offensively
Totally.
Something needs to be changed.
Totally.
But I don't think it needs to be changed after the 6th game. I think maybe in the offseason look at it, but
Yeah,
not
that's
after the
fine.
6th game.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 more questions. We've got one from La Cavalera. TX always asks us stuff. Was Tulsa an outlier or more
Cavalier?
things? Cavalera.
Cavalera.
It's Cavalier. It's Cavalier.
Was Tulsa an outlier? Or are there more things to come, and why?
Red glasses, outlier.
God.
Okay.
I have a feeling it's an outlier.
Then last
Outlier
is going to be coming from JP Pathis. Should we be concerned about the lack of consistency at punt return? Seems to be a lot of churn and burn.
Yeah, that's a position that we're having a lot of issues and problem with. But it also goes, we don't have a special teams coordinator. Major Applewhite does all that.
Yeah.
And I think you can tell.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely.
That's the least of my worries right now.
As long as we don't turn the damn ball over on special teams. Like, that's the only thing we cannot do. And the bonehead kicks out of bounds and missing field goals. Like, that stuff we cannot shoot ourselves in the foot after we've already shot our other foot on the offense. Like, we literally cannot do that.
We're turning into the peg legs.
God, it really sucks. So
special teams is very important.
Yeah.
It is. You spend a lot of time on special teams, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So
I remember seeing you lay some wood.
I tried.
I remember that one.
This guy's downplaying it.
You got up like.
I had to. I had to
show
knock
out.
somebody out.
the Swan's got to show what's up.
Black Swan's got to fly.
I didn't know.
Would you have done the McGregor walk now if you saw that when you were on the field? Where he walks around, just kind of flares the shoulders.
Definitely would have. That's hilarious.
There you go. So funny.
I see videos on there. I'm dying laughing.
Yeah.
It's too
Oh
funny.
god.
Awesome. Well, I think that's about it for our fan questions. Thank you, everybody, so much. Also wanted to go ahead and give a shout out for the question that we asked last week. All these people listened through the entire episode and commented back. GMS Edits, Matthew Niemeyer, Mo in Texas, Aesthetics for Life, Billy Lowe, Zach Whitaker, and Blaine. So thank you guys so much. Overall, do you guys have anything else you want to sum up before
Nope.
you guys have anything?
No, I don't have anything. We covered all the bases on this one.
Sweet.
I'm over it.
You want to go ahead and plug yourself? Instagram, where
Twitter,
can people find you?
You can find me at the Black Swan 38. Follow me. Try to be funny, make your day, make you laugh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There you go.
All that.
There you go.
Cool, man.
Yeah. Thanks
We
for
really,
having me, guys.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Glad to have some more people back in the studio. These guys are fun, but it's always more fun when we get somebody else new in.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I think that's about it. Thanks so much, man.
Yeah.
Sir.
Awesome.
Yep.
Go
Thanks
Cougs.
for calling,
Go
George.
Cougs.
Go Cougs.
We're out.